you're going to have to figure out how to get along with everyone. Some people...
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Probably a lot of people have already seen this on Twitter, if you're on Twitter. It's very great. It is David Zaslav, who is the Warner Brothers CEO, giving a commencement address at Boston University. As you know, writers at Warner Brothers and other institutions are on strike right now because they are the corporate elite in the entertainment industry are not paying them enough, and so they went on strike, and so they're still on strike, and he is one of their bosses, and so this is the way that he was greeted at Boston University.
If you want to be successful, you're going to have to figure out how to get along with everyone. And that includes difficult people. Some people will be looking for a fight.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great. They should, freaks like that, they whenever they're out in public, they should, feel embarrassed, and they should be embarrassed. And so we love to see that over at Boston University. Really appreciate that solidarity with the writer strike. And you just know that, folks like him, the idea that you're going to be disrespected in public is just so... that's...
I bet it eats them up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it does.
No doubt about that at all. So, I don't really have just a whole lot to say about it other than, hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And want to send our solidarity with the writers. There was a article that came out from the AV Club about this commencement speech and him getting booed. And I wanted to just pull out this quote. "This is a man who was put in charge of a massive media empire, and the most notable things he has done with that power are burn money, dismantle one of the most prestigious brands in entertainment, double dip on promoting J.K. Rowling, kick off the now common trend of studios deleting content from their streaming services and making it completely inaccessible in some cases, and, how can we forget, driving the writers who make his shows and movies to go on a strike that may soon lead to similar strikes from the DGA and SAG-AFTRA that would render Hollywood completely motionless." So that is the guy. Mm-hmm. Really, why Boston University would choose him to speak is kind of a middle finger, I think, to the workers.
Absolutely.
And, I also listened to a good episode of Counterspin this week on the writer's strike, and they were looking at the ways in which media reports on strikes. And the ways in which corporate media typically has this framing of, a strike is kind of like an interruption. It's an inconvenience.
Right.
And they often take framing that is pro-boss, pro-management, especially when it's workers like Hollywood writers, right? Anytime they can sort of be like, oh, well, they have a cool job. They have a fun job. They have an interesting job. They get to play a sport. They get to write stuff. There's always those like divisive, little tactics, I think, in the rhetoric around it.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like there has been some, national consciousness around this strike. And maybe some of the media organizing over the last few years is starting to pay off as well, because more and more folks are being, doused with the struggle. More and more people are in the struggle and in labor struggle themselves as writers, whether they're working in various digital media outlets or now, this WGA strike with the Hollywood writers. And so I think you're going to see more and more folks who are, militant coming out of it. And it'll be interesting to see the relationship with, these other unions and their struggles and how those play out with the actors, the directors, and then in a year or two, IATSE as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, could be a big thing. So we'll see what happens. Definitely all solidarity to them, and screw David Zaslav.
Absolutely.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.